Good evening and welcome to Captions. I'm Andre Bohannon, your host, and again, I want to sincerely thank you for choosing Captions with all the other options and alternatives you have. We're now going to be talking about one of the most important building blocks you'll have in life. We're going to be talking about education, from toddlers to adults. We have some guests that will be discussing some very important programs that are offered right here in the mid-Illinois area, the Peoria area, and other places. As you can see, I have three special guests. Sitting immediately to my left is Donna Shipp, to her left is Harold Webster, and to his left is Rita Gibson. Welcome to Captions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna, let me start with you.
Okay.
What program are you associated with as it relates to education?
Early Head Start program.
Early Head Start?
Yes.
And what years does Early Head Start address?
Early Head Start works with families from pregnancy, actually, until 3 years of age.
Wow, from the womb to the classroom.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
What about you, Harold? Are you associated with a program of education?
Absolutely. I work with the Head Start program.
Head Start.
Yes, sir.
And what years do we include Head Start?
We take over at 3 and end at 5, 3 to 5.
And Rita, which of the programs are you associated with?
I'm associated with Head Start as well. I am a teacher with the Head Start program.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad that you came by Captions to discuss, I think, a very important start in life. And I guess that's why they call it Head Start, right?
Absolutely.
Donna, can you take a few moments and again discuss the role that Head Start plays in our community and, more important, in the life of a family and young people?
Yes, absolutely. Early Head Start was the brainchild, actually, of Head Start because they discovered that they needed to impact the children's lives before 3.
Wow.
And so Head Start wrote the grant for Early Head Start, and we've been fortunate to be a Wave 2 program. We didn't get in the first wave of Early Head Starts, but we got in the second wave of Head Starts. And so we work with pregnant women, teens, and families with children from birth to 3. And it's our goal to make sure that the children are screened, that they get developmentally appropriate practices, that we teach the parents parenting skills and those types of things that'll help the children to be successful once they get to pre-K and then on into regular school.
Fantastic. Harold, can you share some information regarding the Head Start program, who it focuses on and what its mission is?
Absolutely. Once the child turns 3, we transition them from Early Head Start to the Head Start program. And not just the Early Head Start children, but any child that's 3 years old, 3, 4, and 5. We take them and we also perform screenings. They have their vision checked, their dental needs examined, their hearing checked, and in addition to that, they also get the classroom instruction that they need so they can literally get a head start for kindergarten. And so we take them from 3, 4, and once they turn 5 and they're ready for kindergarten, they're prepared for what kindergarten has to offer. And while we work with the children, we also work with the parents and the families. We try to build stronger families. We make sure that the parents have what they need to be good parents to their kids. We assist them with finding jobs. We assist them with getting their education, with completing a GED program or getting their high school diploma, whatever the case may be, getting into college, and a number of other areas within the program. But it's a really good program.
Well, it sounds like it's a very comprehensive program.
Absolutely.
It is not a daycare center then.
Not
It's
at all.
not just a place where people drop their kids off while they go to work or wherever they're going just to have a babysitter.
Right.
But you folks are really interested in the development of that child, social development, mental development, physical development,
Yes.
and checking out their health and those kinds of things, as well as working with the family.
Yeah. We use the Creative Cornerstones curriculum, so we actually have a curriculum that is used in our classrooms and with our children. So no, it's not a place where they're just there to sit and be babysat. They actually learn and are growing developmentally in our classrooms as well as home-based.
Well, with all those services that you've mentioned, how much does it cost to go to Head Start? I know most places you go where you get that kind of attention, it is not affordable for a lot of families. So what is the cost that's related to getting all of these educational and other kinds of services that you offer? Hal, do you want to share that information?
Absolutely. Head Start is a free program.
Free.
We have 2 qualifications,
Okay.
age and income.
Age and income.
Absolutely. Our families have to meet a certain level at income. They have to be below the federal poverty guidelines, and they're eligible for the program.
So all it takes is interest and initiative
Absolutely.
on the part of families.
Yes.
And whether they're a 2-headed family or a single-headed family,
That's right.
they could take advantage in terms of the services. About how long has, Rita, about how long has Head Start been available here in the Peoria area, approximately? Is it 2 years, 3 years, 10 years? About how many years do any of you recall about how long it's been here in Peoria and available?
Here in Peoria, approximately 45 years.
My Lord.
Yes.
So in other words, we may have some people who went through Head Start
Yes.
who might even have grandkids now that are going through Head Start, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that would be great. And I'm quite certain if we tracked all of those people down, or some of them or whoever, we would find that Head Start has really made a significant difference in terms of their educational life, in terms of going to school, doing well in school and finishing school, and being in a position as a parent to help their child in their full development, reach their full potential. I am aware that there's, in spite of the fact you've been here so many years, and I assume that this is a federal program that's nationally known, that there's an initiative called Head Start Awareness.
Yes.
Rita, can you share some information on what that is?
I would love to. Actually, Head Start, the month of October is National Head Start Awareness Month.
October,
And
okay.
we are geared up with the Early Head Start program, excited about implementing a lot of various activities in our communities to get Head Start out there. We want to let the communities know what we have to offer within our various programs. Each week in the month of October, we have various activities that we want the community as well as our families and parents to really jump on board and be excited about Head Start and what we have to offer. We do have calendars that we'll be distributing to families. We have many flyers that we'll be placing in a lot of the businesses around town.
Great.
So that everybody is aware of what we are doing here at Head Start and excited about doing here with Head Start.
Well, I can just say shame on you if you're out there in the viewing audience and you haven't heard of Head Start or utilized Head Start, because I know on this show as well as throughout the community, you have spread the word and have touched so many families. And again, the best advertisement is one person telling another. You know, I don't care how many ads you run, how many things are on TV, how many billboards you have. Parents who have utilized Head Start, and in 45 years, I imagine we got thousands of families
Absolutely.
who have utilized Head Start, and ought to be the best advertisement for the program, as well as the kids, I'm quite certain, are excited about Head Start. I know for a brief period, I was there working with the parents, and I know when I would walk in the door and they would recognize me as Mr. B, one would holler, Mr. B, and then they'd all come running at me like a swarm of bees. And again, it made me feel good to see the smiles on their faces, the joy on their faces. And when I looked in the classrooms to see all of the things that you have on your blackboards, or whatever they call them now, back in my day they were called blackboards, they probably got a new name today. But I mean, the rooms are exciting as far as the kids are concerned, and I just, you know, I want to compliment the three of you, and I'm quite certain if y'all would ever have like a faculty reunion or a class reunion, y'all would be able to feel a Martin Luther King Park or someplace in terms of Head Start. Maybe that might be an idea in terms of one of your Head Start awareness, is to open up to the community that all Head Start graduates, which would be the kids, or any other parent, come to the park and let's all celebrate Head Start awareness.
Good idea.
And, you
It's
know,
an excellent idea.
about how many students now are you able to serve through whatever monies you receive from the federal government? Either of you know?
With Head Start, we can service 670 children.
670.
Yes, sir.
And that's just Head Start. And what about early Head Start? About how many do we have there?
Early Head Start services 111
Wow.
either pregnant women or children birth to 3, and we also have a prevention initiative program that services an additional 22.
Well, combined, you're bigger than some of our high schools. I mean, you're making a real difference, and that's something to feel proud about. In fact, you folks ought to be wearing little Head Start jackets yourself, just like I see people who go to U of I wear U of I or graduate from U of I. That also can help to promote the awareness. Is, you know, get you some little jackets. Well, we're getting now where the cold weather is coming, so but during the summer, some of those little summer windbreakers. You know, so as you walk around town, people say, hey, Head Start, Head Start. I know at one time on our show, we were really trying to promote getting people to enroll in Head Start. How are we doing today? Have we pretty much filled all of the available slots that you have, or not?
We have filled our slots. Matter of fact, we have waiting lists for several of our sites.
And that's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
That's
but
the way it
we
should
do
be.
continue enrollment throughout the year. So we never stop enrolling children.
Right.
So parents are welcome to come in at any time to sign their children up for Head Start.
So it's an open type enrollment. It's not
Absolutely.
like somebody say, oh man, I didn't miss the September start date, like if you were going to an ICC or
Right.
a high school. But as far as getting a child involved with Early Head Start or Head Start, they can always pick up the phone or drop by and visit and fill out whatever needs to be filled out to get their
That's
child
correct.
enrolled.
Yes.
Well, I'm always excited. I'm a past educator myself, and I'm always excited about early education, although all of my work was on the secondary level. And again, I want to remind the viewers that, you know, here's a program that's free, and there's some other things that are free, and that's give your kids attention and love and security.
Yes.
I was just listening on the radio the other day where it said that families that sit down and eat together, in particular supper, are more prone to have children that will do well in school, will stay out of drugs, and stay out of some of the other negative things that we often find our kids enticed to. And that's something simple. You know, just sitting down at the end of the day and say, hey son, how did school go today? Or hey darling, how did school go today? You know, we often think, well, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. But love and security and encouragement. When kids do something well, to let them know.
Yes.
And I'm quite certain that's part of what goes on at Head Start, where you're always encouraging, hey, great job, great
Positive
job. and that
reinforcement.
type of
Absolutely.
thing. Well, again, I want, again, in behalf of myself, first of all, or the community in general, that you have made a difference. And in today's world, anything dealing with young people and even little kids that we're talking about, to intervene into their lives, to give them the encouragement, to give them the love, to give them the attention that they are somebody, you know, so that we're not just sometimes hollering, I am somebody. What makes a person somebody is the faith they have in themselves through coming through programs like yours. And again, what are some of the special events that may be coming up that our listeners may either want to participate in or be a part of?